Hi, my name is Kai, and this will be a tutorial series on how to get a website up and running. So my audience are those with no experience coding or with any know-how with web design or development. So really this is for the newbies. I got you guys. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. So really we can use any text editor to create our website. So luckily for us, all operating systems come with even the most basic of text editors. I'm using a Mac, so we'll be using TextEdit. Similarly, if you're using a PC, you can use Notepad. We'll get the same results. And as the series progresses, we'll be using a more advanced text editor. But for now, I'm just using TextEdit to show you guys that we can in fact use any text editing program. So HTML, it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And actually that was correct before, Hypertext Markup Language. And this is different than writing programs, because when we write HTML, you'll see that we do a lot of copying and pasting. So for instance, when we use what are known as tags in HTML, you'll see that we have to copy and paste a lot, because every single tag that we use, most tags that we use will have to be opened and closed as well. And to close the tag, for instance, if we have something that we'll show you in a second, such as a head tag, you're gonna have to close that head tag with another, pretty much a head tag, but the only difference is that it has this / to signify that this is the end of whatever was in the head. So we sandwich whatever we want to be in the head right there. And it closes right there, so we can, doesn't get it confused with everything else. So these are the opening and close tags. So before we write the document, it's going to be wise to make sure that it's saving correctly and it opens correctly, because you will run into issues in the future. So make sure that we go into preferences and we see that plain text is selected right here, because by default, on my TextEdit at least, it was rich text format, and I was having some issues with representing the document in Chrome. But anyways, make sure that plain text is selected, and we'll close it. And we'll start our document. Every HTML document starts with a exclamation mark, or rather known as a bang symbol, and then in caps we'll type in doctype. Notice that we did the brackets right here. So sorry, not brackets, whatever, you know what I mean. We're using this symbol, the less than and equal to, or less than and yeah, greater than. There we go. Anyways, we'll do doctype and then HTML. So this is just good practice right here. I guess it's not necessary, but it's just good practice to do this. It just tells your browser, hey, get ready, HTML document coming up. And now let's actually do the HTML tags. So you'll see what I was talking about, copy, paste. We have to close it. And just like humans have an anatomy, we have a head, we have a body, we have legs, we have arms. Our HTML document is also going to have its own anatomy. And its anatomy consists of both a head and a body. And just like we opened and closed before, we're going to have to close these as well. I just kind of did it in a funky order. Copying and pasting. You see, we don't do that in writing programs. But anyways, I'm just going to show you something really basic with our website. So let's open up our site again. Oh, we never saved it, huh? Sorry about that. So let's save this as index. And you'll see that it has, by default, if we don't provide an extension, it's going to be .text, but we need it to be an HTML document. So we'll save it with the .html extension. And we'll click save, and we're going to put it on the desktop. It's going to prompt us and ask us if we're sure that we want to use the HTML extension instead of the .txt extension, and we're sure because we need the HTML extension. Otherwise, it doesn't get interpreted as a web page. So to open it in the browser, really all we need to do is right-click it, go to Open With, and go to Google Chrome or whatever web browser you like to use. And it makes sense that since we really don't have anything in our document, there's nothing in our web page. So what we're going to do before wrapping this tutorial up is we're going to change the text that's written here. You see it says index.html, and by default it's just the name of the document that we have open. So what we're going to do in the head part of our HTML document is do a title tag. And once, like I said earlier, if we open something, we usually have to close it, and we'll just do that in anticipation. But before doing so, I just want to quickly touch on the difference between the head and the body. So we're going to change the text right here, and it's going to be inside of the head because we see that it's not part of the body, which is this large white part of the browser. It's going to be in the head. So this handles other properties of the page. And we're going to change that title to My Cool Site. Bang. So I'm going to save that, and we're going to refresh our document, and we see, bam, we have the start to our cool site. It's pretty cool, huh? So we're going to wrap this one up, but in the next one, we'll be going over how to actually get some stuff showing up in this big body over here. So be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, be sure to leave them. Yeah, have a good one, guys.